Today, we're checking out the Leoout T85, and this thing's an absolute monster. It has 5,600 watts of peak power. It's one of the most powerful scooters that they put out, and it just might be the first scooter on this channel to crack the 50-mile-an-hour barrier. But before we find out just how fast it can go, let's rewind to the unboxing. I'll show you what's included, walk you through the assembly process, and take a closer look at the scooter before we hit the road. I do know lifting the scooter out of the box is going to be tough, since it does weigh a little bit over 90 pounds. As expected with a scooter this size, the T85 arrives in a large, well-protected box with foam surrounding the scooter to help prevent damage during shipping. Now that we got the T85 out of the box, let's go ahead and get all this wrapping off and get it assembled. The T85 does also come with an optional seat in case you want to sit down while you're riding, which probably would have been nice when I did the 50-mile trip on the SX10. Another thing you'll find in the box is this little storage cargo bag. This goes right on your handlebars, and I love using these. These are very convenient to put your keys, wallet, whatever else you need, and it stays protected. As always, Leoout does a great job of packing their scooters. This is the third scooter I've received, and I haven't had one thing damaged on them. Here we have our two chargers, because this does have dual charging capabilities. The scooter charges in about 6 to 8 hours. It does also include a little key set in case you don't have tools to install it yourself. Now that we got all the protective wrapping off it, let's go ahead and get the scooter assembled. Looks like we only need to put the handlebars on and attach the screen to the handlebars. So let's go ahead and do that. And to install the handlebars, you just have to unscrew this headset bolt, slide the handlebars on, and then tighten all the bolts back down. And next we'll install the screen, which is just held down by these two bolts holding these clamps down. I installed both sides loosely until I got it centered, and then I tightened it down. The setup and assembly was very easy, only taking a couple minutes with the supply of tools given. And my first impressions out of the box is that this is a serious looking scooter. This scooter looks like it can handle whatever you want to throw at it and go fast while doing it. It honestly resembles a lot of the SX10 with the speed and performance and the ground clearance and off-roading capability of T88. You turn both of those up and you get the T85, which I'm excited to ride because both of those scooters alone are fun to ride. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the specs and performance before we take the scooter out. We'll start off here, front and center with the screen that's powered on with the help of an NFC tag. It's colored and easy to read. You can see your speed, battery, gear, and mileage. Moving over to the right side of the handlebars, we have a thumb throttle that has a nice spring to it. We also have these nice grips that have this little wing to it that make it really comfortable. We have our front hydraulic brake right here that's adjustable with this little screw. On the left here, we have our rear brake, again, which is adjustable with this screw, and our control pad. This controls the lights, your gearing, on and off, your dual or single motor, your horn, and then you have your turn signals down at the bottom. Now moving down the handlebars, you have these wires that run from the screen and that tuck nicely behind the stem. Right here you have a latch that you can open and you can adjust the handlebar height in 3 different positions. So the scooter can accommodate riders of all different heights. Here in the front we have our headlights, which are extremely bright and make it really easy to see at night. And they also have these cool little red halos around the lights. Next you'll notice we have a steering dampener, which should help with stability and speed wobbles at higher speeds, which is important especially exceeding 50 miles an hour. This is something you normally see on high-end fast scooters. It is adjustable, you can loosen it or stiffen depending on how you want to ride it. When we're going for those top speed runs, we'll definitely keep it on the stiffer side. Although the T85 is a bigger scooter, it still is foldable, making it easy for transportation and storage. And to fold it, you just pull down on this lever, pull back on this pin, the handlebars will drop, and they'll lock into place. You can actually pick the scooter up like this. And then to unfold it, you just do the same in reverse. Pull that down. The handlebars will come back and lock. And you just make sure you latch it back in spot. And that's it. When it comes to stopping power, the T85 uses these 6.3-inch hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear, which are adjustable. It has full suspension, front and rear, which also looks like it can be adjusted if needed. These are some massive springs. The T85 rides on an 11-inch wide and all-terrain tire. They definitely look like they can handle going almost anywhere, but we'll be testing that. They are also air-filled, so it should make the ride even better. Now moving on to my favorite part, the power. The power comes from these dual motor setup, capable of pushing up to 5,600 watts of peak power. And that's supposed to give the T85 a top speed of 52 miles per hour, with the ability to tackle extremely steep inclines. Powering those motors is a 60-volt 28.6 amp-hour battery, which is 1,716 watt-hour capacity. Leoout claims up to 60 miles of range under ideal conditions, with 47 miles possible even when riding at higher speeds. As mentioned before, the scooter does have dual charging ports, charging fully in about 6 to 8 hours. You'll notice we have ambient lighting running along the deck, giving us 360 degrees of lighting. and it just also looks cool. Here we have a massive deck with plenty of room. It's 11 inches wide and 21 inches long. It even comes with a seat mount in case you prefer to ride with the seat. I have it off because this is how I usually like to test things, but we'll try it out later. There are lights on the front and rear of this deck. They will light up when you hit the brakes or put on your turn signals. We also have this big fender on the rear to help keep us clean when we go off-road. If you take a closer look at the frame, the T85 is built from a reinforced 6061 aluminum alloy and supports riders up to 330 pounds, so you know this thing was built to be tough. I think that just about covers all the specs and features of this crazy scooter. So let me grab a helmet, get it charged up, and I'll see you guys outside. All right, got the T85 all charged up and ready to go. So I'm excited to ride this. We're gonna start off on gear 1 and just see how it feels and give you some of my first impressions. One of the first things you notice is just how wide this deck is. You have plenty of room to put your feet, and there's grip tape along the deck to keep your feet planted, and my feet don't move at all. So if you're someone who has larger feet, or you just want more room for options, or you just have weird positions that you want to ride in, you could probably do it on the scooter. The handlebars are a nice width, and these grips are actually really nice. They put your hands in a really good position. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 2. The suspension feels really good too. It's not overly soft, and it's a little bit on the stiffer side, but it still rides really smooth. I don't feel any of these cracks in the sidewalk. And I'm not hearing any weird rattles or noises or vibrations coming from anywhere on the scooter. It definitely feels like it's solidly built. And surprisingly, with these all-terrain tires, even though they're a little bit wider, the scooter still handles really good and feels like it turns on the dot. I do have the steering dampener fully loosened right now, just so I can get a good feel for the scooter itself. Right now we're in 2, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 3. Quite a big jump in power on that, from 2 to 3. Yeah, gear 3 has a lot more power. At least I think I'm in gear 3. It's kind of hard to see the screen when it's directly in sunlight. There's kind of a glare on it. But I think I'm in gear 3. The power feels very similar to the SX10 in gear 3. Wow. And it rides very similar to the T88. That's the best way I can explain what the scooter's like. It's like if you take those two scooters and you just turn them all the way up, you get this crazy thing. You go ahead and go to 4. Oh, the front wheel's spinning. Oh my gosh. We're going 40 right now. That's crazy. It's not even going 40, that's the crazy part. It's the acceleration that it takes to get to it. It just pulls so hard. Even back there going 20, initially hitting the throttle, the front wheel spun a little bit. Wow. Yeah, we definitely got to see if we can hit 50 miles an hour. Leoout claims a top speed of 52, so if we can get 50, I'd be really happy with that. Because I've never been 50 on a scooter, and I'm hoping this will be the first one on the channel to break that. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my GPS out so we can go ahead and confirm. All right, so this is where I think we're gonna do our speed test at. My goal is to hit 50 miles an hour. Leoout has a claimed top speed of 52. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up a little bit, just to try to prevent some speed wobbles. All right, I'm in gear 5, and we're gonna go from a stop. Here we go. That's already 45 miles an hour. 50. I was too busy looking ahead to even look at the speed. 54. Man, we're incredibly stable. Looks like we're holding right at 54 miles an hour. 55. 57. Wow. The acceleration on this thing is crazy. It spun the front wheel for a good 10-20 feet, and then it just accelerates hard. I saw 57 on the screen, but let's see what the GPS says. 54 miles an hour. The T85 is officially the first scooter on this channel to do over 50 miles an hour. I wish you guys could feel the acceleration of this. It's kind of unreal. Like when you first get on it, the wheels just spin and then it just goes. It'll spin it for at least 20 feet. If you're someone who likes to ride fast on launch, you're definitely going to be going through tires. For being all-terrain tires, these do actually hook up pretty well. Now that we definitely know it goes over 50 miles an hour, let's test the brakes, which is something I probably should have did before the top speed test. But here we go. We'll go up to about 30, then I'll slam on the brakes. Whoa. Okay, this scooter stops really good. If you grab too much of that front one, you will definitely fly over the handlebars. God, I could just keep accelerating all day on this scooter. It's so much fun. And the brakes work really good. Let's go ahead and take it off-road and see how it does there. All right, now that I've been riding on this dirt road for a little bit, it actually feels great. You barely feel any of the bumps or vibrations come up through the handlebars. And this is one of the paths that I took to do the 50-mile trip on the SX10, and has very similar suspension to that. And it was a comfortable ride the whole way there. As I said before, it's kind of hard to read the screen in direct sunlight. There was a little bit of glare on it. I can see the speed and the throttle input, but it's kind of hard for me to see the battery in the top left. All right, so we're all the way up. Get ready, because I know as soon as I floor it, the front wheel's gonna spin. Yep. Wow, it doesn't even feel like we're off-road. It's super smooth. Even going over those bumps back there, it just absorbed it. We're going over 40. We're going over 50 over these bumps. This scooter is just so stable at that speed. And this is an imperfect dirt road, so there's like little dips and bumps you can't necessarily see, but you can feel it going over it, and it just stays straight and planted. I guarantee the scooter can handle almost any terrain you want to throw at it. With these tires, it just hooks and goes. And when you're on this scooter, it doesn't feel like it's 90 pounds. The scooter actually feels pretty light. It feels really nimble for being such a big scooter with wide tires. I do want to go back and try to put on the seat. I've never ridden a scooter with a seat before, so I want to try it and see how that feels. So I'll check back in with you guys when I have the seat on. I honestly thought this was going to feel more awkward. The seat does have a little give when you sit down on it, so it does give you some cushion. I expected it to feel more like a hardtail than anything, but it feels closely resembling the full suspension bikes. But I guess that is because this is a full suspension scooter, front and rear. It actually feels pretty normal. And luckily we have the ability to lower the handlebars to get us in a good position. But I don't know, I just expected it to feel like awkward, but it actually feels pretty solid. I still can't get over the power. It still does feel pretty weird sitting down, giving it that much throttle, but it is still a lot of fun. The acceleration on this is addicting. I'm gonna go through tires and brake pads so much on this. But I do plan on doing a video comparing all three Leoout scooters, the SX10, the T85, and the T88, to try to help you pick out which scooter is best for you. And then I'll leave a link in the description where you can find it, and hopefully a discount code that helps save you guys some money on it. It will help the channel, so thank you guys on that. And I appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. I really appreciate the support. But I want to go ahead and do another top speed run sitting down and see how that feels. So here we go. That's 40. 45. 48. We are going in some strong headwinds right now. 50. Even sitting down going 50 miles an hour right now, it feels like nothing. It's just cruising. It's super stable. Alright. I really thought sitting down was gonna be awkward and feel unstable, but it feels just as planted as you are if you're standing. And I've been flying on the scooter in this video. We've done over 22 miles already on the scooter in this video. We've covered some distance. I mean, we've been flying. But it's over 100 degrees right now, and the scooter hasn't overheated or anything. It still has the same exact power as it did when we first started. I just want to give a huge shout out to Leoout for the continued support of this channel, bringing me these great machines for you guys. If you guys are on the fence about it, I say do it. If you guys are looking for the craziest scooter you can buy for around $1,000, the T85 is definitely the one to get. Like I said, I'll leave the links down below if you guys are interested. And always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.